you can be miserable in paradise if you're not in control of your mind. Your inner reality, how you see yourself, how you think of yourself, how you think of others, how you see the world, that that affects everything. That affects your reality. That affects how you see the world. That affects how you treat yourself, which ends up how you treat others, what you do for this world. But you can't escape your thoughts. And no matter what you accomplish, no matter the money you make, no matter the car you get, the places you go, if your inner reality is negative, you won't really be able to enjoy it. Everything you do will be negative because that's how you're viewing the world. That's how you view yourself. That's how you view others. And when you're not in control of your mind, most of your daily thoughts are going to be negative. You're going to have the anxiety, the depression, the thoughts of not being enough. But when you're in control of your mind, you can flip that. You could have the majority of your thoughts be positive, be serving you, and you could ultimately see the world brighter in a dumpster than in Hawaii if you're in control of your mind compared to if you're not. So I was getting ready to go to Hawaii when I was maybe 18, 19, and I was in a dark place and I mentally, and I thought I'm finally getting ready to escape and be happy for these next couple days and be able to enjoy my life finally. It had been a while. And so I get to Hawaii and that wasn't the case. I was as miserable, if not more, than I was in Oregon, where it was dark, cold, rainy. And this was a big shock to me. This was a big shock. I was getting ready to see a completely different day. It was like the perfect moment was about to come true. I was going to get to Hawaii, get back on track, start seeing the world in a better way, but I didn't know that it was my mind that was dictating the reality. I just thought something was going on. Maybe the pills I was getting at the time, I needed different ones. I needed more. Maybe the therapy or something, I needed different therapy. Maybe I hadn't watched enough YouTube videos or TV. I was missing something when it was none of that. It was just a mindset shift. It was just a mindset shift. It was taking control of your life. First, you have to understand that that's a possibility. For me personally, I didn't know that that was a possibility until I was probably 21. I'm 23 right now. I didn't know it was a possibility to dictate your reality and to choose your thoughts and to be in control. Because when you're in control, you can choose what you want. Me, for example, I don't really love negativity, as most people don't. But when you're not in control of your mind, you're always going to have negative thoughts. You're always going to be seeing the negative sides of everything, every person, every situation, every place. And when you're in control of your mind, if you don't want negativity, cool. You gotta practice. You gotta put in the reps of being positive. You gotta put in the reps of when you catch yourself, that automatic trigger of being negative, you just flip the switch and say, no, this is how we're doing things now. Now that I'm in control of my mind, I dictate my reality. I can be in a dumpster and have a better life than I can in Hawaii, depending on how you see the world. And this was a huge realization for me. I don't remember the exact moment that this specific reality I adopted, but that moment in Hawaii was when I understood that the places like Hawaii, the cars, the jewelry, the woman, all the external things, none of that would be fulfilling. None of that would make you happy. None of that would change your life like you think right now. That's what that taught me. Because it was the finest hotels in Maui, everything, just a wonderful experience. And I was miserable. I couldn't enjoy a thing. It was sunny and with the beaches, and I was sipping the Mai Tais the, the Mai Tais, it all looked gray to me. The scenery was all gray. It looked like it was cloudy and rainy almost, even though it was a picture perfect day. But I didn't see it that way because I wasn't in control of my mind. And when you just escape and you don't face, what's causing this head on, then you'll never really be able to enjoy anything. Because even when you're trying to, you go on a vacation and you got in the back of your head that you haven't done this, or that you're still missing out on that, and you're thinking about what's missing, or even anything remotely negative, it keeps you from enjoying the moment. But when you're in control of your mind, you understand that your actions and your thoughts dictate your reality, then you understand that any situation can improve. You understand that any situation can be enjoyable, and any situation can be good. You could have a terrible situation, but if you see the world in this way that I'm talking about, where you control your mind, where you understand that no matter the situation, you have control, and it's what's going on inside that dictates what you see. You could probably relate. There's probably something where you were really happy to buy one day. You were saving up to buy it, and maybe it was a concert, maybe it was a house, maybe it was an experience, and you were really looking forward to it, years, months, whatever it was, and you finally get there and you don't enjoy it. It's just the same as you were the day before. And that's because nothing changed in your mind. If nothing changes in your mind, nothing changes in your reality. And I'm blessed to have really not enjoyed that trip to Hawaii. I'm blessed because that taught me so much. I remember I was with this MILF, and I get home, and all my family, everybody thinks I'm gonna have a good time and all that. They thought it would have been a great trip, and it was one of the worst days of my life. I remember it being one of the worst days of my life, actually. Now that I think about it, the day that I got home from Hawaii was one of the worst days of my life, because it was just a reality check that this life is serious, and that if you're not taking care of yourself, no matter where you are, no matter what you get, no matter what you buy, will change that. Because growing up, before this moment, I always thought, once I buy all this stuff, once I buy the jewelry, cars, houses, then everything's going to be good. And luckily, I got saved before that by going to Hawaii, because it was the same type of thing. It was the same luxury living, and just what I had always wanted to do and how I wanted to live. And so I experienced that, and I didn't need to wait until I get the car. Now, sure, I still want nice cars, of course. I want all want nice houses, want to live a luxury life, of course. But that's not going to make that big of a difference. It's not going to make that big of a difference. Once I get that, it's not going to. I'm not expecting that to change anything about me. That'll change nothing about me, because if it does, then that's just leading to unfulfillment. That's leading to misery. Having the expectation that these external goods and the places and the things and the this and that are going to change you and make you happy, that's dangerous. That is how I grew up, and it was dangerous. And I learned, thankfully, by this Hawaii trip, and thankfully you're learning, if you're still sticking around to this, that if you're thinking that designer clothes, houses, girls, jewelry, buying all this and that is going to change, like make you happy, and that's what's going to bring you confidence, you're very wrong. You're very wrong, and you're just going to be let down when you get there. And so this is a great sign. Still push for those things. Still push for the finest things in the world if that's what you want. But just detach your feelings from them. Understand that you don't have them right now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're gonna, once you do have everything, you're gonna miss these times. That's how I've been thinking lately. It's like, I know my life could change rapidly at any moment, which I want. but I'm going to miss these times. I'm going to miss these times. So I have to enjoy the moment. I understand now that because I don't have what I want, I don't have all the money, I don't have, my business isn't at the level I want it to be. I can't get the 10 out of 10 right now. I'm only getting 9.9s, which it's not the end of the world, but I can't get the 10. I'm not at the top level of man, so I can't get the 10 right now. So, but that doesn't affect anything. That doesn't affect anything. I'm happy for that. I'm happy that I haven't done a lot of stuff in the past. I would have been mad because I hadn't I didn't have all these things that I wanted. But now I'm appreciative, because if you could be grateful for for what you have when you don't have much, or when you don't have everything you want, then that's how you'll be able to enjoy everything when you have it. But if you're not happy with what you have right now, don't just expect to get the money and get these toys and all this and expect that to be the confidence and the happiness. So it could be a wake-up call. Maybe this was a wake-up call for you. If I was 15, 16 and I just saw this video, for me personally, this would have been a wake-up call. Because yes, you have to experience it a little bit on your own. You may see this video and think, yeah, he's a little bit right, but maybe all the toys, the cars and the shoes and all this, that'll make me happy. He's kind of right, but so you do have to experience it yourself. Because yeah, there's a little, you get a day or two of happiness when you get something that you wanted for a while. But just detach all your expectations toward that, and understand that if your inner reality is bright and you see the world in a positive light, and you're working every day, and you're going after what you want, and you respect yourself, and you see yourself, and you talk to yourself in a positive way, then you have everything you need. You have everything you need, and that's when you can actually enjoy the times you're living, both good, positive, and negative. Nothing says you actually have to ever have a negative situation. There's bad situations, but if you see it in a positive light, then it could be a positive situation. Definitely down the line, a learning lesson. So, you know, like I said, you could be happier in a dumpster than in Hawaii, and it all starts within. Let's go.